It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson. The Tucson comes standard with complimentary maintenance and America's best warranty. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
With 42,000 Angelinos on the streets, homelessness is a humanitarian crisis. The LA Times says Rick Caruso's plan is bigger. Based on dignity, care, and common sense, Caruso will declare a state of emergency, add 30,000 beds in 300 days, build hundreds of thousands of affordable homes, expand mental health services, and add 500 new sanitation workers to clean our streets. Let's fix homelessness now. Rick Caruso for mayor.
Where's Dad? I knew it wasn't over.
We're not going to rest until we find him.
Walker. New episode tonight at 8 on KTLA 5.
They're just breaking windows. They're just horrendous, and all at the instigation of the President of the United States.
Right now at 5, hunkered down and pleading for help. Shocking new video shows top lawmakers locked down and looking for rescue as an angry mob ransacks the Capitol. Why the January 6th committee wants to talk to former President Trump.
We want to get those resignations because that is a major step that I'm very eager to move forward with.
More fallout following that city council racist remarks controversy. As meetings are canceled, will this incident cost anyone else their career?
It's been a rough 4 or 5 years for the country.
President Biden addresses a new inflation report during his 2-day stop here in SoCal. What you need to know about potential traffic tie-ups tonight on the West Side. The news at 5 starts right now. Good afternoon on this Thursday. This is the KTLA 5 News at 5. I'm Cher Calvin.
And I'm Pedro Vera. Thank you for joining us. Our big story tonight, the final public hearing by the committee investigating the January 6th riot on Capitol Hill ends with a bang. The committee unanimously votes to subpoena former President Donald Trump.
Now, that is after the committee gave its closing argument that Trump was at the center of events that led to the violence. KTLA's Chris Wolf joins us from our news center with today's developments. Hi, Chris.
That's right. Hello, Cher and Pedro. The committee chairman insists that this is not partisan politics. Another member says while the role of the panel is not to make decisions about prosecution, it may, however, decide to make criminal referrals to the Justice Department.
I am offering this resolution that the committee direct the chairman to issue a subpoena for relevant documents and testimony under oath from Donald John Trump.
The clerk will report the vote.
Mr. Chairman, on this vote, there are 9 ayes and 0 noes.
A year-and-a-half-long investigation ends with a dramatic call for a former president to testify before a congressional committee. But legal and political experts say that is not likely to happen. Thursday marked what many believe was the final hearing of the January 6th committee prior to pivotal midterm elections next month.
What Donald Trump proceeded to do after the 2020 election is something no president has done before in our country. In a staggering betrayal of his oath, Donald Trump attempted a plan that led to an attack on a pillar of our democracy.
The panel was focusing on the mindset of then-President Donald Trump in the days and weeks leading up to the 2020 presidential election and the period leading up to January 6th when Congress was certifying the election results. Audio and video clips were presented as evidence against Donald Trump and a number of his allies and staffers, including never-before-seen footage of congressional leaders scuttling away to safe locations.
We have got to finish the proceedings, or else we're going to have a complete victory. There has to be some way we can maintain the sense that people have that there's some security or some confidence.
So, Chris, you said in the piece that Donald Trump testifying before the committee is probably not going to happen despite the subpoena vote.
Yeah, that's right, Cher. Legal experts and analysts say that vote was a highly symbolic gesture. They wonder how the congressional committee would ever enforce it. Also, experts point out that opportunities for Trump's team to present legal challenges are abundant. And remember, the committee's time is running out with the November elections fast approaching, just weeks away.
All right, Chris, thank you. The U.S. Supreme Court delivers a blow to former President Donald Trump. It rejected a request to intervene in the legal action over documents seized at his Florida home. Trump was trying to reverse decisions by a federal court that upended a lower court's ruling about the documents. That lower court ordered federal agents from continuing to investigate classified documents taken from Mar-a-Lago. That lower court also ordered those documents be reviewed by an independent arbiter. The federal court overturned both orders.
We expect to see nearly 80,000 more riders on Metro every day, thanks to the Purple Line extension. It's going to affect pollution in a significant positive way.
President Biden spent part of the morning touring an LA Metro construction site. This is one stop in his two-day visit to the South